Hello and welcome to Man Utd Beat. This is Nosh, and today we're going to talk about Manchester United 3, Southampton 1 in the Premier League. Well, what a whirlwind of emotions that was. Until the last 10 minutes, I had absolutely no hope that we're going to get something out of this game, but it got sort of like a throwback to the golden ages when we used to come back from games and win them, rather than in the wilderness years since Sir Alex Ferguson retired. This has been pretty crap. To be fair, we have come back from behind a few times, but it's not been a very consistent team. So, but regardless, I would just say it was a one-man show. To be honest, I think Ahmad really dragged us back into the game first of all, and then of course got us the win. I have this a copy of United We Stand back last year when we went to Old Trafford, and it just says it's a mad world, and just to add to that, we're just living in it, mate. So so to be honest, it was all him, all his own work. Plenty of things to digest in the game itself, so let's get started with that. So I would say the first 10-15 minutes, I think we had a bit of control when we had a couple of early chances as well. I think Garnacho had a shot which I think he should have done better with. But then after that, there was a long period in the game, especially in the first half, when I felt like Southampton were all over us. I think we were getting done quite a bit on the transition. Lenny Yoro didn't have a great game, and also Lisandro Martinez. I think they were a bit being overshadowed by the Tyler Dibbling from Southampton and Sulemana. I think both of them they had our defense a bit on toast, to be honest. And if it weren't for Onana, I think it could have been already 2-3-0 already in the first half, even before this goal that they scored. So quite difficult. I think especially Menu and Ugarte felt a bit tired, especially after playing two really difficult away games against Liverpool and Arsenal. So, and then the goal came, not surprisingly, it came from a corner. To be fair, we were a bit unlucky with that. And I also noticed, by the way, it's a theme, but I've noticed that whenever there is a set piece, Ruben Amorim kind of goes back into the dugout, and our set piece coach, Carlos Fernandez, is dictating things. Well, Carlos better fix up quickly, because we've conceded the most goals in the Premier League, I think, now from corners. So it's pretty abysmal, to be honest. Anyway, the goal took place. Ugarte could have done better with that. I think Onana could have saved it, but to be honest, it was a bit unlucky. And so, at the end of the half, Ruben Amorim had to make changes. The first one he did was he brought off Menu for, Anthony. I think Ugarte also went off quite quickly. So I think in the second half we had a bit more control, because Bruno moved into the center of the pitch, and I think he helped a bit with the progression bit. And I think gradually, we started getting a few more chances here and there. There was a chance for Garnacho. There was a glorious chance for Anthony. I don't know how he missed that. It's a bit weird with Anthony, because he is the most one-footed winger I've ever seen in my life. With the chance that he had from, I think there was a driven ball from Garnacho from the left-hand side, and I saw Anthony. First of all, he's kind of falling to the ground a bit, trying to slide it in. And secondly, you notice a bit like he's trying to use his left foot when he would have been better off using his right foot with that one. And on top, in the end, he did neither. He ended up, it just shinned it with his right. It's a really, he's a conundrum. But I think what he did bring was a bit of ball carrying ability. I think he worked well with Ahmad on the right hand side, even though Anthony, obviously he had almost zero output, and the one chance that he had, he fluffed it. Nevertheless, I think another change that Amorim Wim was bringing on Xerxes. I think Højlund was struggling. I'm a bit worried about Højlund at the moment, because I think he's gone 8 games without scoring. The last couple of games he was fighting with the centre backs and with Van Dijk and Gabriel and Saliba and whatnot. But in this game, I thought he would have a bit more joy. But to be honest, I don't think he offered much. So the right call to bring on Xerxes. And you notice also when you look at the possession maps and the possession stats as well, as soon as United had Xerxes on, I think we got a bit more control. The ball was sticking to us. We were winning the second balls as well. So I think Xerxes does have this in his locker that he can hold it up a bit better than Hoyland, who has struggled with that. So I felt that that was a bit of the turning point in terms of the field tilt or how the game was going. And yeah, I mean Xerxes, to be fair, like only like 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, like he had a very awful performance against Newcastle, to be honest. And I think he's slowly coming back into his own, regaining confidence, and he did quite well, when he came on. And yeah, so then came the goals. I think Ahmad did really well in the half in general. I think he was really positive with his intent. He was running at his fullback, and I think a bit of luck for the actual chance, like in the sense that it rebounded back off him. But then you earned a bit of that luck really. I think we deserved a bit of luck in the game finally, and it was a great attempt on from his right foot as well. So great goal. And then Ruben Amorim continued to make changes. I think it was Eriksson who came on next. I think Eriksson is someone who doesn't have the legs really at the moment, but I think you can expect him to put in a killer pass, and he did that with the goal. A lovely dink over the Southampton defense, and a brilliant volleyed finish from Ahmad. Amazing. So he really won it for us on his own, and it was great to see. And then of course the third goal, which I think Southampton have a bit of a reputation from before, from Russell Martin's days, that they overplay a bit and they lose the ball, and I think that showed them. Some of those old habits showed, and Ahmad nipped in like he does. Like he's shown his ability to press and anticipate really well. You saw it against Everton earlier in the season with under Amorim, the earlier games. You saw it against Manchester City away, when he intercepted Mateus Nunes, this pass back to Ederson. So I think all in all, quite relieved. I don't think we deserved anything from the game, but in the end, a win is a win. We'll take that. And now we move from the depths of 15th place to the lofty heights of 12th. So great job, guys. Nevertheless, I think really I want to see us. We have a couple of home games, coming up. One against Brighton on Sunday. We have the Europa League game against Rangers. I want to see us, take a bit more control, especially at home. I have the sense that the team is kind of under pressure a bit, to perform when it comes to home games, and has struggled in that respect. So, want to see a really dominant performance. And who knows? I think things are really tight in the Premier League table at the moment. So who knows? We could, end up at least in the European places, one step at a time, definitely. But yeah, ultimately great win. Happy to see that we didn't lose the plot completely. We still kept at it. Special shout out to Toby Collier. I think he did quite well once again from the bench. And I think Harry Maguire, when he came on as well, I think he brought a bit of control, in terms of how we were defending. We were a lot better. So, obviously, great job from both of them as well. Anyway, great. Thank you so much. And we'll catch you for the next one. All right. Ciao.